everyone, how is everyone doing today? I am Maria and welcome to Sea&me. A couple of videos ago I asked you to send me some questions so I could do a Q&A, kind of as a celebration of the 2,000 subscribers, but also because I know I have not really been answering your comments as I had before, so I really prided myself in always answering comments, but the last couple of months have just been kind of insane in grad school. First of all, thank you everyone who sent me questions, yeah, let's start. First question by Kylie Mixon. Thank you, Kylie, very much for your nice comment. First question is, when I go to college, how many years of foreign language do I have to have? And the second question was, what college is the best for marine biology, through your opinion? For the first question, how many years of foreign language you need? Well, for the first question, if you are a English native speaker, I do not see why you would be required to know any other language. English is the language of science. Everyone communicates in English. Everyone publishes their research papers in English. So I think that's pretty much the language you have to know if you want to pursue a career in science, marine biology being one of the fields of science. However, of course, if you want to go study abroad in another country, it might be that for that country you might need to learn the language of the country, especially for bachelor degrees. Many times those countries do not offer bachelors in English, but then you would just have to look into the university that you want to go and see whether or not any additional languages to English are required. If English is not your native tongue, then I would highly recommend that you learn it. Even if it is, oh well, I guess if you are watching this video, you probably understand it, but it's really good to have a relatively good level of English if you want to pursue a career in science, marine biology, science, whatever. Because it's the language that we communicate in, it's the language we write our research papers in. If you understand but you cannot really speak or write, I really recommend you do so, regardless of where you will study. Even if you study in your home country where English is not required, I would still really recommend you study it. Second question, which is, what is the best college for marine biology? First of all, I want to start by saying that I think a lot of people assume I'm American. I am not. I'm saying this because a lot of people ask me which colleges are the best to study marine biology in the US. I've only lived in the US when I was really young, from ages from 1 to 6, I think. And since then, I've lived in Europe all my life. Most of my life, I've lived in Portugal, which is my native country. I've studied in Portugal. I did my bachelor and my master's degree at the University of Lisbon in Portugal. Which means I do not have much experience on how the education is at different universities in the States. Also, I think it's not one university answer. It will highly depend on what you want. I think it's also much more important that you look for universities that have subjects on something that you are interested in, rather than looking at the most prestigious universities or with the best name or whatever. I think it's just really important that you look at the subjects they teach, look at the research groups that work at this university, and look whether or not this is something you would be interested in studying. And I would say this is the best way for you to choose a university, because some universities which are really good end up not having maybe the subject that you would be interested in. This is not only for universities in the US, this is for universities all around the world. Just look at the options at the different universities, the research groups, and if you have questions, just email people from those groups or from the universities, because they will probably help you. So I'm really sorry I cannot really give you a very straight answer to this, but I also don't think there is one. I think you have to think what you really want, and then from there start looking at different options. I wish you the best of luck with that. So then the Gunner Ollie asked me, what is your future long-term goal as a marine biologist? So that's the $1 million question. My answer is I don't know. I do not know what I'm gonna do once I finish my PhD. I don't know if I will continue working in academia, pursuing a career to at some point become a professor and have my own research group, or if I do not want to. Right now I'm really leaning towards continuing in academia because even though I'm really stressed all the time, I'm still having a good experience in my PhD and I'm really enjoying what I am doing, and especially the people I get to meet while doing it. And if this is the case, I will probably look for a postdoc afterwards, maybe somewhere outside Europe. I don't know, I'm not sure. I guess it will come with opportunity. But after that, I would probably like to come back to Europe for the long term. I don't really know where or doing what. It will all come with opportunities. If I do not continue in science, the one thing I do know is that I still want to continue working wherever I am with something related to the environment, and especially related to marine sciences or the ocean. Or science. I don't want to completely disconnect myself from science or the ocean or marine sciences, since that is kind of what I really like to do. Next one. Ethan Smith said, awesome video. These are actually so helpful. You're welcome and thank you so much. And the question is, what is the most eye-opening discovery you have experienced in your own research? All right, sorry for this evil laugh. So if you work in science, you know that you're not making eye-opening discoveries all the time. The way science works is it's made out of a lot of baby steps. So it's really rare during your career as a scientist that you make a groundbreaking discovery. There are not many people who can say they have done groundbreaking discoveries, even though that is what we all aim for. We normally discover things very slowly. So first we have, and so I cannot say I've ever done a really super eye-opening discovery throughout my research. Also, I have only really been part of 2 projects, one which was very small for my master thesis. I kind of did a video on that if you are interested in checking that out, about the time of my master thesis and what I was studying, somewhere around in the screen. And now during my PhD, and I am still not really allowed, kind of, or I should really not yet talk about my results until they're published, but you will know when they're published because I will make a video once my paper is out. I will make a video on my discoveries. So right now I cannot really say, even though they are interesting things that I found, but not super like Einstein kind of thing, you know, like, okay, I'm just... Mariam Mohammed says, hi, I was wondering what subjects you study at high school and did you need math at all for your biology degree? Thank you very much for your comment. What did I have in high school? So I had math, I had physics, I had chemistry, I had biology, geology, English, I had gymnastics, I had, what else did I have? Portuguese, of course, the language of my country, and I'm probably missing something. And project, where we just had to develop our own project. Yeah, so these were the things I had, the subjects I had in my high school, and I highly recommend that if you have the option to have all of these I had, because they all kind of helped me then afterwards at my university. As for whether you need math for the biology degree, a lot of people ask me this, actually. A lot of you guys don't like math, I see. I understand. I know math seems to be this kind of subject that you either really like or you really hate. Even though you will probably not need hardcore calculus or algebra if you pursue a career in marine biology or biology, I still think that you should have some basic mathematical notions besides dividing, multiplying, adding, and subtracting. You probably will have a lot of statistics if you can pursue a career in marine biology, and statistics is very based on math, and it's good to have some background in math. Besides that, math is also a good exercise for training your brain into solving problems. What I like about math is that you are provided a set of tools, so this knowledge, and then you are presented with a new problem you've never seen before, and with the tools that you have in your mind, you are capable of solving this new problem. And this is all what science is about, and this is very abstract maybe what I'm saying, but I really think it's a good mental exercise to have at least one math course maybe during your bachelor. For sure during high school. During high school I think you should definitely take math. I'm not sure this is what you wanted to hear, but I do believe that having a background knowledge in math is good. Next one, Lisa Gutierrez says, I love this, thank you very much, Lisa. And how often do you go on fieldwork? Normally, in the last 2 years, so during my PhD, every year I went once to a research vessel on a research cruise. One was 40 days and the other one was 2 weeks. And besides that, I was also going a lot to the Croatian coast. I have a lot of videos on that, on me in Croatia, sampling and also lecturing. And so I would say maybe between 3 to 5 times a year within my last 2 years, which are the only 2 years that I can consider myself like a proper scientist where I have my own project. So yeah, between maybe 2 to 5 times per year, I would say. So these were the questions. Of course, if you have more, write them in the comments below. I will try to keep on answering as many comments as possible, even though I think until the end of this year my stress level will not really decrease. I will still try to answer as many questions as possible and try to continue doing some videos. And I hope that you got to know me a little better, or a bit more of my thoughts on stuff. I want to thank everyone who sent me questions, and everyone who has seen my videos and comments and just is engaged in this channel, because you are just awesome. If you want to follow me on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram, I will put the links down below. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.